Dear brothers and sisters in the faith, today, I would like to talk to you about the importance of controlling anger. Anger is a natural human emotion that we all experience from time to time. It can arise when we feel threatened, frustrated, or wronged. While anger itself is not necessarily a bad thing, it can become destructive if we do not learn to control it. The Bible has much to say about anger and how we should handle it. In Ephesians chapter 4 verses 26 to 27, we read, "In your anger do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry, and do not give the devil a foothold." This passage reminds us that it is possible to be angry without sinning. We can feel angry about something that is unjust or wrong, but we must be careful not to let our anger lead us into sin. One way to control our anger is to deal with it quickly. The passage from Ephesians tells us not to let the sun go down while we are still angry. This means that we should try to resolve our anger before the end of the day. We can do this by talking to the person who has angered us, by praying for God's help in letting go of our anger, or by finding a healthy way to release our emotions. Another way to control our anger is to turn to God for help. In Psalm chapter 37 verse 8, we read, "Refrain from anger and turn from wrath. Do not fret. It leads only to evil." When we feel angry, we can turn to God in prayer and ask Him to help us control our emotions. We can ask Him to give us the strength and wisdom to handle the situation in a way that is pleasing to Him. Finally, it is important to remember that anger can have serious consequences if it is not controlled. In James chapter 1 verses 19 to 20, we read, "My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak and slow to become angry, because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires." Uncontrolled anger can lead us to say or do things that we will later regret. It can harm our relationships with others and with God. In conclusion, brothers and sisters, let us strive to control our anger with the help of God's grace. Let us deal with our anger quickly, turn to God for help, and remember the consequences of uncontrolled anger. May God bless us all as we seek to follow His will in all things. Amen.